All right, here we go again. We're going to try to make those rough roads more easier, more streamlined, more effective. No, actually, we don't want the rough roads to be. Well, the sun just came out, so I guess that's the secret to it warming up. I'm waiting for the doctor, so I'm going to go quick as soon as the telehealth doctor gets on. I'm going to ask their opinion on what I should do. Now, as strange as it is, I went to Pollen Wise, and now the Overland Park reading is a local reading, but it doesn't jive with like the Weather Channel and AccuWeather, so I don't know. But it does say the mold is high, which would make sense. The snow's been here a long time, a bunch of water here, right? Moved up in warmth a little bit, but it's saying it's like maxed out mold, which could do this, I guess. But it could be both at this point. Bless you, sir. Bless you. Recognize. Thank you, sir. Trying to remember what I was going to talk about. There's something. I don't know. So again, another option for transportation. I don't know if it comes up or if it's valid. Maybe more difficult to do. I don't know. But again, using boats. Right. I don't know if there's a reason to use a ship. Now, for medical facilities, do we have that planned for Gitmo there? That's again, Trump. This is okay. This is what I want to talk about. Trump brought up a lot of stuff like sending people to another nation to house them there, as far as just regular prisoners. I think again he understood that he didn't know if it was going to pass muster. It has to be looked at. He said it won't. They'll say that it's just not acceptable. I'm sure. Well, because again, if you keep it up to a certain standard, yeah, but I think again, trying to thwart checks and balances. You put them overseas, it's a lot harder to inspect, right? I just somebody beeped it, so the judges won't buy into it. They're kind of sticklers for jail inspections. Again, cruel and unusual punishment. I guess that would fit into unusual punishment. So again, you should prevail on a lot of the deportation stuff. It just they might require a judge, like one judge, to appear before one judge, so the judge can look at the case and make a judicial decision. Well, because essentially, even if you articulate contagious diseases, right, there could be a case where a compelling reason for a person to have a right to stay. Right. And again, short-term use of that, may be okay, but they're probably going to look at long-term use now. Thank you, Larry. So again, you still might be able to do it, but it might require a stop at an immigration judge. So you have to, put that system together. So what I'm saying is to create additional immigration judges that do a little something. Like they're not going to sit on those cases that will take 3 years. They're going to sit on the border cases if it gets to that. Right? And eventually that's what you can make it anyway. But then they'll also sit on the task force cases, the deportation task force cases. They're just available to make a finding if necessary. Cut down on federal court time. God bless you. So again, CYA. I mean, Pam Bondi can tell you. Is she even there at all? Is she just sitting in Florida or something? Where is she? I haven't seen her. Well, because it's going to mess up what we do later. Right. And again, some of those agents, we might even need them. I mean, this is just like ludicrous. Right. Yeah, I'm worried I backed Pam Bondi and they're taking her out. Thought it was safe. I mean, don't laugh. That could be happening. Right. Thank you, Larry. Right. Don't forget, the FBI doesn't spend all day investigating J6 and Trump. Right. If it ever did. Right. There's other projects. So you get rid of these people, those projects go by the wayside. Right. Yeah, I can't wait to get my new inserts. Hopefully they work. Theoretically, I'm not going to have to pay much at all, if at all. I got my new shoes coming. I use those in Oklahoma, and I just hope they fit what I'm supposed to wear. If they don't, I can return them. I'll probably lose a little bit of money, but not the whole thing. So I'm trying to stay ahead of the money curve as far as being a poor person with little money. Like I might have to do a few things like that. So I guess the two issues is housing and transportation. So the idea is, again, I'm not telling you to lie, but what I understand is you're building like a Sheriff Arpaio tent city or something a little better at Gitmo. So your message is this is the worst of the worst. I don't think it needs to be the worst of the worst. I don't think there should be a worry about that because all you're doing is it's a staging area for deportation. It's a housing area and a staging area for deportation. You could actually move families there if you built the right facility. Again, maybe you don't want to say that, but it's a reality. It's not Gitmo, right? Well, if they're locked up on Guantanamo Bay Naval Air Station or whatever, what's that one, Jekyll Island Naval Air Station or something down there in Georgia, it doesn't matter. Or naval station, I think it's submarines or something. Right. Thank you, Larry. Because they're locked up. As long as they're given the required things while they're in detention, that's all that matters. Again, that's a nice thing, They find millions of different places to put them, and some stay some places a long time, right till their case comes up, or the case gets lost sometimes, right? So as long as they're receiving what they're supposed to receive while in detention, that's very important. Now, I'm not telling you that it's okay that we lose a case, but sometimes the cases just fall off to the side, and all of a sudden they go, "Oh, this person's over here," and what are we going to do? Let's get them moving out to deport them or whatever, right? What's I'm saying? I don't know if you load up a boat and take it across to Honduras or something like that. I don't know. Right. I don't know if that works better in some cases or not. Again, for detention, I don't know what the time is. You might, you have to build the boat would essentially have to have a cage or whatever on it. I don't think you would leave them hooked up for that trip. Right. I don't know if they have a prison ship in the Navy, do they? I could look for that. Get them to give you a prison ship. But medical facilities. So again, just so we don't get into court again, and if we get into court, it's open and shut. Again, CYA. Make sure there's sufficient medical. Thank you, Larry. They don't. Again, the they can suffer only goes so far. Then you're in court, and they're ordering all this shit on you. Right. And then you're stuck because you gotta jump through hoops before they'll let you move forward. Right. Thank you, Larry. So I would say you want quality control people. I'm sure you have somebody who looks around, but just make sure that's in place. And again, we end up taking people from things like that, and then end up damaging the program because we didn't keep it up to a certain level. So you want quality control people that are going to keep an eye on all these things we're setting up to make sure it meets a minimum standard. Again, you can go hard and say you don't need it, but then when you get into court, the judge tells you got to jump through some hoops before you can even detain somebody, and he wants them all out of there or something like that. Right. So you have to meet the detention standards that we've always met. Right. Thank you, Larry. So set people up to travel around and look at these places, and have a checklist, and they check off things or something like that. Inspect. I'm sure you got inspection sheets, right? Or an app or something. Thank you, Larry. Shifty Shift is just waiting for a variety of tort claims and restraining orders and. Yeah, I have no idea what they did to me, but I was totally asleep for years. Right. If I had my mind about me, I could have planned everything better. Right. But again, that's what they knew that was happening. And I don't. I may have been drugged. Right. I mean, I know I was drugged at times, but I don't know how long or how much. Thanks, Larry. Now, I wouldn't be injured like this if they had been forced to stay away from me. Again, it's a certain level of malfeasance. On there. Turn my Wi-Fi off. Yeah, I have my Wi-Fi on, but it's kind of like I'm in a weird spot because I try to get inserts, and he did custom ones, which are better, but they take longer. So like I had nothing. I don't have anything in the interim, and the ones I'm using aren't working. Right. Again, what I essentially did was loosened up my body, and I just need better inserts. Right. Even the standard podiatrist one would have been better than what I got. I mean, these are pretty stiff, but not like a podiatrist one. And if I bought new ones of these, they might work for a couple weeks. I probably should have did that. Right. So I might do that here in a minute. Kind of wish he'd just sold me a set of standard ones. I wonder if he had those. I should have asked him if I could, because it's just these are not working, and that's for sure. And the shoe I'm using is totally loose and not stiff, and I have no idea. They curse you, and then you fall out of where you're supposed to be. Right. And of course they psyop too. I'll tell you, when it warms up here, it's just such a difference between that cold weather. Right. It's like a whole nother day. Actually, that might be a cue for my delivery from UPS. A whole nother day. Maybe it'll be here tomorrow. Oh, it got here quick. I was pretty encouraged. It should have been here today, or it could have been here today. Right? Yeah. FBI and DOJ. No. Again, the administration's going to do what it's going to do, but we got to get these people back to work because they're working certain cases, or were. We're not going to be able to work those cases for a while. I mean, I don't know what y'all think you're doing. Again, I don't know who they all are. Some could be deep state. I don't know, but I don't think you all know anything at this point. It's just been a little too quick. Actually, deep state may have put you into them. Deep state plays games like that. Yeah, they're in the deep state. Actually, they'll tell you I'm the deep state. I'm the first guy that actually battled the deep state. Right. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, it's definitely my inserts and my shoes. Ugh. But I can't. Again, I bought some shoes, but I need new inserts too. I might just have to buy a cheap pair of inserts that at least I can use for a couple days that have a little more stiffness. Ugh. Ugh. Mm. Let me see what this is like. Yeah, I didn't realize this part. Like, no doctor explained this to me before. I think the ones I got have this plastic that encases the heel cup. Right. Now, the ones that I took these out of, I might put back in. Yeah, these are pretty beat down. See if these shoes are any better. Thank you there. So again, the more people we fire, the less work we get done. And then, you know, what is, you're going to yell at them when a terrorist gets through, you know, after you took them offline. Right. So again, the effectuations are health. Right. So we don't want vendetta and retaliation to get in the way of what we're actually doing, trying to do. I look back as how well I was with the massages and how I was able to reverse everything, and then they just crashed that. I mean, it's filthy and disgusting. I mean, people go to hell for that. And we'll get back into the hell conversation again. Yeah, I can't find the other shoe. Oh no, where's the? See, it's getting me right. My phone. I'm waiting for the telehealth doctor. Can't find that other shoe of the other type. No idea where these are. I just kind of haven't got back into the rigmarole here. It almost feels better without any shoes on, which is where I was before. That idea went by the wayside. Can only find one shoe. Yep, waiting for y'all to pay me so I can fix my life back up. But I'll let God deal with you. Okay, there. No, you know, they act like, oh, it's about money. Well, I'm the only guy that didn't get paid that I know of. Right. And in fact, people that did this to me got paid. Neat trick, right? Good. Everything I'm telling you right now is golden, no matter what they try to tell you about it. Great. I mean, you're gonna develop a talking point if you don't listen to me and everything fails. You know, they libtard judges or something. But again, you know, you're going hard. They're gonna go hard. Right. Thank you, Larry. If it is an infection, you know, it'd be good to get rid of it because I'll feel much better and maybe I won't yell at you as much. So quit trying to block it. There's this pushback while I'm waiting for this doctor. Well, one of the things that's going on my right leg is much different on my left. If I were to get my right leg to relax, it might actually do a lot to help the whole thing. It's overly stiff. Now they had worked me. I had done so much massage. Like I said, it was like twice a month, 3 times a month. Spent all that money, and it restored me great. Thought never would have had a trouble like this in my life. Right. You know, just let me live in a normal life, I would have never had trouble. It says I'm up next here. Hang on. I kind of had one last night that it showed up, but the app went on the fritz. So I could hear the person, but I wasn't in the app to actually communicate with the person. It wasn't working, right? And then when I got to the app, I was lagged off, right? Right. Actually, I think I came out of the app and went back in. That's right. I logged back. By the time I got back in, the person was gone. Yeah, and then once I get that leg softened up, it's going to have to strengthen. Now, 30,000 bed space, that's a lot of that's a lot of tent, you know. Right. So I don't know if you have like a port area. I guess you do. It's a naval base, right? So it might pay to just do some boat trips or something. Thank you, Harry. Yeah, I just definitely need new footwear. I just spent a lot of money on footwear too. It's just hard that they with the wrong shoes. But I never had a podiatrist tell me, you know, what to look for. And the big one is the heel cup has to be stiff. Now, there's one feature in the shoes I bought. They might have a little too much spring in them. I don't know. Have to be careful on that, I guess. But having a new insert, it might take care of that. Now, I remember the inserts when I bought them uh, from the podiatrist, and I put them in, and it was, you know, they were really uncomfortable per se for a while, but they had all the features that I needed. So maybe I'll call a podiatrist and ask him if he has any standard ones that might work until the other one gets in. And again, to have on the side too. You know, if for some reason I can't use that, like even if I have to ship it back to get actually, I guess if that's, I guess if they have to redo it, it's different. Yeah, I need to get some massages and stuff. It's just got to try to get rid of this infection first, or at least partially. They're trying to push me away from it, so they're kind of it's a metaphysical pushback, and it's structuring my life weird, so I can't get to it. Right. And that's why I don't let them stalk people. Yeah, my hips may need to be loosened a little bit and stuff like that, so I need to start looking at that. Oh, there he is. Oh, I had seen this guy before, I think. Actually, it's fine. I can just talk to him right here.